Alright, this will be Worklog 4 on the Aquazone Diorama. Some updates, some successes, some failures. Moved everything to the other side of the room, so start over here. I went to a newer laptop because the old Dell died. It doesn't work very well anymore. RCX graveyard for now. I've got all my transformers on these switches, so if I turn on, I've got, I think right now 3 transformers, but I've got a couple of them together over there. That powers the 9-volt regulator, the DACTA control center, and those 2 RCXs. So with those 2 switches, I'd turn on all 4 of those. Let's go ahead and get these ready. And let's see, I'm going to pull up this, apparently it works on Windows 7. Works pretty good. I don't know if you can see any of that. No, probably not. But, it is currently 77 degrees in here, and got a light sensor to it. That still controls just the power center over there, which I will demonstrate. And, okay. So I've got the 2 sets of LEDs. It's really hard to see with this thing, but it looks pretty good in the dark. 2 sets of LEDs, total of 4, running on random power levels from the RCX. And I've got a lamp here that illuminates this section. That light actually has a different program, but it is random. It only varies between power levels 6 and 7, 7 being the highest in QC, and so it just kind of flickers every once in a while, or it waits a random amount of time, then it waits a set amount of time, and then it'll choose randomly between power level 6 and 7. So it's just a little touch, but it'll draw your eye, you know, when you see it change. Got everything going on here. Let's get some air pumping. This is the bypass switch. If you want to see RPMs there, again it kicks off by the RPM counter mounted on the pump, and then the cylinder there will kick it on at about 10 psi. So far the only thing that uses the air supply would be, I'll get in further with this thing. It started as a turntable and then progressed its way up to this point. The battery pack on the back actually doesn't have any batteries in it, but it's running to the train regulator. And I've got one of the failures. Tried to use a clutch. Thought it'd be a good idea. It works sometimes, but it gets stuck. Again, this is the joystick. That design you can find on Bricklink. Bricklink's a great site, but this is on Brickshelf, the joystick. So left and right is that. Up and down is the 2 large actuators. The other one does the small actuators. And then the other one goes to the valve over here for this actuator. And I'll also show you programmed in this touch sensor here. So you can see right now I'm at 20 psi, and it has to get down to about 8 or 9 before it'll kick on automatically with the actuator back there. But I can just press the touch sensor and it will go ahead and pump back up. And it should stop the same spot it always does, right about there. Wow, it actually got up pretty high that time. About 27. And even if I kick it on now, it'll only run for a second because it's not going to get very many RPMs with air pressure up that high. Moving on to the train stuff. This is just a quick little RCX train using the 2.0 since it doesn't have a power jack on it, or not natively at least. Some light sensors for tracking the train. RCX to control them. I've got 2 ports together here because it goes through some stuff there. 2 1-track switch and 2-track switch. And so far I'm not having good luck. I've got to totally rethink that whole part because it just the moving train having to do IR communication with 1 or more RCXs, it's just not very reliable. I'm not sure what I'm going to do there, but I'm sure there's plenty of options out there because I know many other people have had this problem and moved on to other things. I've seen the kind of codes with black and white on the tracks, onboard light sensor, so everything's done on board and there's a lot less lag that way, so I can do things. Looks like that's it. Basically, I've got these 2 classic 9-volt motors and a geared 9-volt motor, and I am out of motors besides that. Plenty of touch sensors, plenty of pneumatics to go around, so that's going to be a lot of fun. But I may have to try to find some used motors on eBay or something. I also tried to put some of the minifigs around, just try to get it a little more what it's going to be, because so far it's just been programming and getting the base kind of stuff going. I don't want to build an awesome station here and then say, oh, I've got to move the light sensors. So just taking it one step at a time. And I guess that's it for today.